Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another Random Rant. I've been watching a bunch of Five Nights at Freddy's stuff recently. I do like seeing the new theories that come out, things that happen, and it's very nice. But nowadays, I wouldn't really consider myself as interested as before, and I have not played one of the games. I've watched the Let's Plays. I've you know, looked at the people who are those that are like, oh, there's 1 pixel off. It means something. I like watch those people and I enjoy it. So I do keep up. And I'm more interested in the lore than the actual gameplay. And so that's sort of where I'm running into trouble. Because at first, if there's this great mystery, it's okay to have people going, what the fuck? We need to solve everything and, just come up with these theories. And it's okay at first not to give all the answers out because the point of a mystery is to solve it and try to solve it. But the problem is, we're now really 4 games in, and there was a novel released, but I'm going to get to that later in this vlog. And so, just 4 games, and yet there's no real clear answer. There's like, oh, timeline theorists and dream theorists are basically the two ones competing, like, oh, is it all a dream? Or did it actually happen? Are you a combination of the two? And when you get to that point of not knowing what's real or not, you got yourself into quite a pickle 4 games in, because now it seems like it's all about, oh, getting the cash out, and like you can say anything at this point and the fans will keep on theorizing and justifying it. Now there are instances where it's okay, where it's never answered. I believe Henry James wrote the story The Turn of the Screw. If I am wrong, please, my fellow English majors, correct me. And anyone who actually knows the answer, you can correct me too, not just us English majors. We're sort of a league of crazy onto our own, though. That's a topic for another day. But Henry James wanted his story not to be answered. He wasn't going to answer it, so he went to his grave. But his point was to trap those people that were really good at mysteries and thought they were really good. So you consider The Turn of the Screw as Henry James, fuck you. So of course he wasn't going to answer. And with Inception, the movie, god damn it, I was thinking of Christopher Nolan. I suddenly blanked out for half a second of his name for some reason. And with Inception, it's also just sort of a game. It seems like there's all these hints and stuff, and he's not answering it because that's the point. The point is to play along. But with Five Nights at Freddy's, that doesn't really seem to be the case. I mean, with at least Turn of the Screw and Inception, it seems like you have at least a little basis in reality. And things that go further from the reality of the film. It has theories too, but not the main ones. But with Five Nights at Freddy, you don't even really have a basis for what is real, what isn't. Is if it's all a dream, is it actually happened based on real things? It's like Turn of the Screw and Inception both had their bases in their realities. And the whole thing was trying to find out what was really happening. with Five Nights at Freddy, you have such a big difference between the timeline of it actually happening and the dream theory that it's like, not, I wouldn't even consider it, like, you don't even have a firm basis on what's supposed to be happening, so when the weird shit hits the fan, you don't really have anything to grasp on. And with the dream theory, my problems with dream theories, they're too easy. I mean, it's too easy to write away any weird shit by going, it was all a dream. Sometimes it was all a dream can work out, but 9 out of 10 times, no. So if you're going to do a dream theory, just go, that was a nice idea. Now let me do something actually productive. But yeah, it's like weird shit happens at Five Nights at Freddy's. So if you just go, oh, it was a dream, you don't have to answer jack shit if you don't want to. If you want to combine it with the timeline, and for those of you that are like confused, timeline theorists are it actually happened, basically. And so you can say, oh, it's just a dream except for this, this, and this, because we say so. And it's really too easy to get away with things. And as for the novel, I believe it's called The Silver Eyes. And my little problem with that is that I believe it is not canon. And Scott, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, was basically saying something like, the lore becomes too large and you can't put, stories into it, so it's like you have to do something from an alternative way of thinking or alternative timeline. So basically it's a fan fiction of his own series. And my problem with that you're saying your mythos is too large that there was no way you could write a book about it. About anything that happens. No clarification of things that happen. It has to be something new, something like there's a lot of shit you could write about that you could clarify. Or not really clarify, you could just have things happening around the same time, talk in the same universe, things. Because the way he words it, to me it's more of oh, I need to make money, and so I don't want this thing to conflict with this other thing, so I'm going to say alternative timeline. Because money. And listen, even though I might not agree with the practice, I'm dirt poor, so I'm like, oh, he's found a way to make money, good job, but still it's... No, why did you have to call it alternative universe? Because I was sort of halfway thinking of, as I said before, at the start of this vlog, I do like the lore of the series. I do like to find these things out. And so I was like halfway interested when I heard of a Five Nights at Freddy's novel. I was like, hey, maybe I'll check it out one day. After I done reading like the Tommyknockers, a Doom prequel, and some more Warrior Cats books, I'm going to fucking check out this Five Nights at Freddy's book. But then when I found out, oh, it's not canon, what's the fucking point then? Oh, you might learn some things, like they might not be stated exactly as in canon, but it'll give you to this way of thinking so you can figure it out. No, if I'm going to read a novel set in the Five Nights at Freddy's, it better fucking be canon. Because now I've like lost all interest, and I'm like, I've lost all interest of reading it, but I'm still going to be watching vlogs and videos of people who have read to find out what it's like, maybe looking at the wiki too. But I'm just like not going to spend my money to read something that's not even canon. So I've done my ranting for this vlog. So, what are your opinions on Five Nights at Freddy's? Like, do you like it? Do you think it's now getting too overblown? Do you want the answers? And do you think it's been too long since you've got anything solid? And if you do want to start talking about different theories, please do, as again, I am interested in it. I just think this is really should finally run its course now. Like, it should be like, yay, and then start to slowly die off while still having a solid fan base. So, theories, go ahead, let's talk. And I have been Jashikins, owner at jashikins.blogspot.com. If you go to my blog, you can see wonderful vlogs like these, and I'm starting the Final Destination review series, so yay, it's like all this Christmas timings, talking about a horror game series and a horror movie. I'm just full of sunshine. And if you go onto my blog, vlog, on the sidebar thingy, I have a poll of who is your least favorite Hunger Games character. Finally, people have stopped debating whether Gagel and Peta are the worst characters, and one person has voted Prim for some reason. I actually want a person, if you're the one who voted Prim, please tell me why. Please, like, please. I'm sorry. I'm still emotionally scarred. And when I'm scared, I just laugh. Oh, and the dragon on the sidebar thing still has to be named, so, look up the rules and benefits of naming the dragon, and hey! And, goddamn, I was going to say this a little bit earlier, but if you keep up with my channel, Josh Reads, you'll notice that I haven't had an update for a little bit. That's because Mockingjay, the first part of my Mockingjay read-through, was taken down. Not taken down, but said it was inappropriate content. It's finally back up, and I won't have time to, do the next couple parts until next year. So, look forward to that. And for those of you who are keeping up with Annieverse, the next series of updates will be out shortly. And if you have watched me for a while and you're like, I want to support this person financially, there are two ways to do this. If I'm going to mention two links, and you're watching on the YouTubes, they're in the description. If you're watching on my blog, they're on the sidebar thingy. I do writing commissions on Fiverr, and so if you want a Five Nights at Freddy fanfic, I'm your woman. I'm your guy. And I also am starting a little advice gig, so if you want some advice, ta-da. I mean, I will give advice for free, but if you want to pay me for it, hey, I'm up for that too. And I also have a Patreon, so one benefit is you get to see the updates about my ebooks, sneak peeks, and a 30-minute exclusive monthly vlog. So yeah. And, good, there's just a little bit of milk left. And until next video, goodbye.